ready.
Give me a second. I'll check if everything is fine and running. Okay. Okay, where did we go? Give me a second.
Ready.
Yep, we are live. We are live definitely now. Perfect. Yeah. I'm here with the superstar, Sarah Backman. Hey, how you feeling?
You're the superstar, right?
I'm
Well, I'm good. How are you?
amazing.
Good.
It's great time to love arm wrestling, I think.
I agree. I mean, what a time, right?
Right.
Month, something.
So I have like a bunch of talking points, and I was just thinking through them, and I came up with 10 different, but we slowly gonna see how far can we go with this one.
Cool.
First, how are you feeling? Are you healthy? Are you strong? We just saw you competing versus Heidi Cordner in Canada.
Mhm.
How is Sarah Backman?
I'm doing great. Like, I am super motivated for arm wrestling, and that's always been like my drive. Like, if I feel it internally, I should be good. You know, it's like when I start to lack motivation and I like the mental aspect, if I start struggling with that, it's gonna affect arm wrestling negatively. But right now, like, I'm on fire and I'm motivated and I feel good. I'm coming back from my shoulder surgery, you know, back in January, and I'm no pain. So like, I'm good.
You just went, we call it Devonized. You went to get some stem cells, right?
Yeah.
For your
Yeah.
for your shoulder and a bunch of
Yeah.
other.
Yes, I got both shoulders and I got my wrist and I got outer elbow.
Okay. Yeah. So you said if you're motivated, and where do you get motivation and where do you lose motivation?
Yeah, so it's like always stems back. I don't know, like from childhood or something. It's just, I think I'm just an arm wrestling fan. I think arm wrestling is the coolest sport. I think if you're good at arm wrestling and if you're skilled and a champion, like I personally look up to that, you know? So like I want to be that. So that's kind of my motivation. I still have people to beat, you know, I always strive to better myself as an athlete. So that's where my motivation comes from. And when I lack motivation, it's usually like if I'm injured or I have things going on in personal life and things like that. But right now it's good. So
Yeah. Yesterday, Brett Grundy left a comment. He said, you never felt stronger on the table. So
who, me?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Brad. Yeah, no, like that's awesome. Like I appreciate his feedback so much, you know, since I train with him once in a while. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. This Florida has some good pullers there, and it's all those practices. I watched a bunch of those videos. Either, you know, someone posts, Artem posts them, and it's always fun. And we have seen a lot of those guys on East vs. West as well as on the big world stage, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
So I think you took quite a big time off, and then you came back with a match versus Heidi, right? Absolutely dominated. Like if you chose to go to strap every round and just hold it in the center, I believe you could. Went for a top roll. She was much bigger than you, but still, where's this, you know, any tension before that match? Because you never know, right? You never know. Right?
Yeah. No, exactly. And like I was so dead set on beating Gabby. And when that didn't go my way, that's kind of when I fell into like a low for a while. But then, you know, thanks to arm wrestling, right? Like the constant pay-per-views, like monthly, and I see the same guys back on the card every month, every other month. Like that inspired me, because like if two top guys go against each other, right, and one lose, I don't look down on the person that lost. I still respect him just as much, you know. And I always thought that if I lose, I'm a loser. Like I always talk bad to myself, but I have realized lately that nobody looks down on me. It's arm wrestling, it's entertainment, you know, it's a contribution to the sport. So yeah, so the pay-per-views lately, King of the Table, East versus West, it inspired me to like, I'm not gonna say no to a match again. Like I'm not gonna dodge anybody. I'm going to go for it. That's how I'm gonna grow as an athlete, as a person. And it's like I said, it's a contribution back to the sport, you know. So but yeah, with the Heidi match, it was a great like comeback match because I have a little bit of history with her. She's a little bigger than me. So beating her was definitely like a boost in my confidence that, all right, let's get on the world stage, you know. So
you felt in control in that match.
Yeah.
To the first pull, right?
Yeah, so like her setup is scary to me because she's so tall and she puts so much pressure back at the setup, and that is intimidating, and it put pressure on my fingers and I get, you know, pumped, and it's scary. So I did a couple of rookie mistakes in that match, like I held on instead of letting go, and but that again comes, you know, with the mindset that I need to compete more. Like I can't go a year and a half between matches. I need to compete more often to stay alert, to have that go mindset. So yeah, but it was a good comeback match, I thought. So
I think it's I think for you, I can absolutely understand, right? You had a big match versus Gabby, you lost, and you feel like the thing is you are in a very rare part of our sport. You at the very top. Me and Neil were talking yesterday. It's like 5 women that could potentially give you a match, right? It's very like it's easy to find someone you could easily beat up. Like it's the easiest thing in the world, right? But to find someone and you're still better, it's not even 99.9, it's even less. It's even less. You're better than everyone else. Just few that are, you know, maybe you will win one time or lose one time, right? It's all coming off. You shouldn't beat yourself up for that, and you should compete more. I would love to see more of you, right? Because I think there's potential for many matches, and this one that you're gonna have versus Egle, it's been long time since you pulled, right? 10 years ago.
11 years. Yeah.
11 years. Yeah. 11 years. And with Egle, like both of you have the similar story. Both of you pulled Gabby. Gabby won. Egle is much smaller than she was, right? And with her, it's always weird because she was so dominant in the world at one point, not even that long ago, that she was bored. Like I know she didn't care because she could easily just come in and just destroy everyone, right? Yeah. So I think I would hope that she's coming in more prepared than the last time than she pulled Gabby, right? What are you expecting? Where do you think this match will go?
I think it's gonna be a war. Like so like I'm a different person now versus 11 years ago. She always beat me very easily in the past, but I'm heavier now. I'm just older now. Like I'm a different person, right? I know how strong her hand is, so I got to beat her hand. Like I need to be in control of her hand in order for the match to go anywhere, I think. But also I spoke with her on Engen's show 2 days ago, and she said that she changed everything and she never stopped training since the Gabby match a year ago. It's just she doesn't post anything on social media. She does everything secretly. So it will be a surprise. She said, get ready, you know. I think that's awesome. What do you think? You know her a lot better than I do, I think. So what do you think about the match?
The hand, like her hand is really strong. When she can get inside in that hook, she's also very good. Like she's been doing, like I think all the best females on the planet, and listen up kids, will pull with men. That's what they do. They try to beat guys, right? And I know Egle is so strong. I know a lot of guys on top level that she has had, like in a sparring session, she will trap you in position and you'll be dead. Same thing with you. So I think she's coming in really, really strong if she's motivated. And I think she is, because no one wants to lose, right? On the biggest card in history, in my opinion, right now.
Exactly.
I would see this match can go many different scenarios. I think it's going to be in a hook. I feel like it's going to give you a strap. Maybe both of you will try the top roll, and eventually both of you are going to use sideways. Because I think that's for you too. You just, if this will stop, you'll just hit to the side and it's easy, right? And everyone always plays in their strengths. Yeah. What do you think is her biggest weakness?
Oh, that's the thing. Like you said, she's so strong inside that her hand, like, I don't know. I don't think she has a weakness. Because when I think about Egle, right? Like, she was already a champion when I started arm wrestling 17 years ago. So like, I look at Egle as this, she's everything, right? Like she has everything. Like, if you beat Egle, then you are the shit, right? So
that's right. Yes.
You know, like, she's so well-rounded. She's such a good arm wrestler. I just need to be better that day. Like, I need to be just as well-rounded, but 1% better in order to beat her. So it's so hard to, she said she changed her entire style in 1 year. So
yeah, no one changes that much. No, it's right.
Yeah.
When have you seen anyone change their whole style? People will go back to their default setting as soon as the shit hits the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just need to be 1% stronger on November 11th. And that's it.
But you have a game plan, right? You don't have to tell us or me, right? But you have it, right?
Yes, I have a game plan.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know, because with her, it's very hard to find, like, the match versus Gabby is one time where I know, like, she lost, right? That was like the match that, if you keep going back, there's some weird losses, but they won't tell you big stories, right?
No.
So it's very hard, but same thing with you, right? So I think it's and of course you're bigger now than you were when you pulled her, and she's coming down. Like, she dropped a lot of weight, right? She was been super heavyweight world champion for female for a lot of time. Then she went down to 90, and now it's at 80 kilos.
Yes.
80 kilos. Okay. So it's even more. I think there's huge advantages for you, but that unknown factor on how strong Egle is, that's the weird one.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your match versus Gabby in King of the Table. I thought it was awesome match. You just maybe didn't prepare. Like, it was really similar scenario to what Barbora did, right? Just, she's bigger, the frame is there, and she was able to stop her in those positions, right? To stop that side pressure movement. Let's say this match goes as planned. Who's your next? Would you go before you try to get to Barbora or to Gabby first?
Whoever wants it first. Like I said a couple minutes ago, like, I will not turn down a match anymore. Like, I need to put myself out there to just do it, you know? So whoever's available first, I guess. And,
Paul Italia.
Even him. Yeah. Oh, that would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that match, what was the most frustrating part versus Gabby?
Okay, so
because I think that was emotional match, right? It was at the end. It was really emotional.
Like, I wanted that so bad, and it was like, I think the world expected me for the comeback. It was like, that was it, right? But yeah, it was too much emotions. I failed to channel. Like, I did mistakes early on. Like, I know I'm strong inside, but obviously she's a little bit stronger. and I kept going in there, and it was like I still haven't watched the match, so I'm just explaining now based on memory. I should have just hit on her, fingers a little bit earlier, and like just not been so nervous and emotional, because when you can't afford mistakes, and I fouled out. So if I just kept my cool, because she was struggling just as much as me, maybe if I just kept my cool, I wouldn't have lifted my elbow. So it's easy to look back and be like, oh, I wish I would have done this, but I think
you still haven't looked at the match. You haven't watched the match.
Haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think I should?
I have some of those too. I have some of those where I will not go back and watch it. I'll like, no. Me and Engin, I know what happened. I don't need to see it one more.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you understand.
I absolutely understand. Yeah. But definitely you learn lessons, right? You learn maybe not straight away, but like it's time passed, and now you feel different, right? You feel different. Yeah. It's always like the losses will teach us. The wins, it's hard to learn from a win when it's really dominant, right? You can just pick at things you did wrong, right? Should have done this better.
Right. Right. Yes.
It is what it is always. So injuries wise, does anything is bothering you, or you can feel like can do everything?
I'm fine, except for one thing, and it's normal. It is expected because of the intensity in training and the amount of training I've done, but I have tendonitis in my this brachioradialis, I think, right? And tendonitis suck, and the only thing you can do really is rest, but I don't have time to rest. So I'm working around it, and like I said, I think it's a good thing, because it means I'm training
correct parts,
right. So, but I have spoken to my coach, and we are changing things up a little bit now the last couple of weeks.
To work around it a little bit, to take some, at the end, like all you need at the end is just to keep it fresh, right? And just to do some work then when it's good enough. But with the shoulder, like, do you think you have same speed, same explosiveness, and you can go as hard as you could?
I made a full recovery on my right side, my shoulder. The left is coming back extremely fast lately. The mental block is gone. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to go.
Yeah, because it's always the mental block. When everything is fine, you're like, right?
Yes.
Right. And that's sometimes even harder to deal with than the real injury. Right?
Definitely. Yes. No, exactly. Because it starts in the mind. If you're not ready, if you're holding back, you're not 100%. It starts in the mind.
Yeah. So, when did you start arm wrestling?
I started November 19, 2006.
2006. Wow.
Yeah.
Like you said, 17 years ago, right?
Yeah, 17 years next month. Yes.
Yeah. And what was the thing that made you like, I want to try this?
Okay. So, it means everything to me, right? Like, I grew up and I was like a fat kid. I was bullied. I had no friends. I was picked on. I was a nobody. And I won an arm wrestling tournament in school. And it was the first time in my life that I felt good at something. And that was just the basic on a table, sideways, exactly. But I beat everybody. I beat all the guys, all the girls, even teachers. And my teacher that set this all up, he was like, that you're really strong and this is an actual sport. And I'm like, oh, really? So he showed me, who Heidi Anderson is.
Of course, yes.
Of course you do, but not everybody knows, and it breaks my heart. But like, she's the reason I started. So she has a movie. She made a documentary about her life, and she's this, world champion arm wrestler. And I was just like 13, 14 years old at the time, and I was like, you can be the best in the world at arm wrestling. That is so cool, And she lives up in this village in north part of Sweden. It's called the Solitude, and it's 20 people living in this village, and everybody's related to everybody, and everybody arm wrestles, and everybody are world champions. And I was like, I don't know, I haven't ever heard of anything cooler in my entire life, So this documentary was about her life, and she going to Canada, and she won another world title, and I was like, oh my God. And then we found the Team Stockholm arm wrestling, and on that day when I started arm wrestling, Fia Reisek and Malin Bergström greeted me there. They were the coaches for the team, and that day changed my life forever. I remember seeing Malin's arms, and they were like buff, and they were climbing ropes, and they were arm wrestling, and I was like, this is it. This is my thing. And I was just a fan from the beginning. To me, there's nothing cooler than arm wrestling. So
that's the correct way to get into the sport, I think.
Right? Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You start as a fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And still, Fia and Malin is still arm wrestling.
I know, like, it's the coolest. Yeah, I love it.
Fia was in Riga yesterday. She just left.
Yeah.
She was here for 2 days training with us. Yeah.
Oh wow, how cool!
Yeah.
I love her.
She's like, we asked about you, and she's like, of course I'm supporting Sarah. So yes. I wanted to ask, like, Sweden produces so many great female arm wrestlers. What is your reasoning behind it?
I just think that from early age, we're raised that women can be badasses. Like, you're raised to know that you can be strong, independent, and that's actually a good thing, like, it's very supported. So I think that way of life helps. And then, like, for myself, like, just going to any tournament in Sweden or a practice, and there's just as many women as men, it's just, you're part of a group, and it feels good. You're part of a tribe in a way. I think that's what helps. Because here in America, like, I'm still, like, I've been here 10 years now, and I'm still the only female in my team. Still, it's just me and maybe one other girl in Florida, the arm wrestle. And I think it's upbringing more than anything.
And I think it's like the support that you girls give to each other. It's insane, because I know that on the table, you all try to rip your heads off. Like, there's no friends on table. As soon as you walk off, everyone's supporting everyone.
We're best friends.
Yeah, and it's so cool. It's always like that. We always hear when Swedish team is.
Yeah. Here you go. Oh. Sorry, dogs.
Of course, yeah. But it's for me, it's very weird. We also can't get any female arm wrestlers. Like, we have Jana, we have Santa, we have Santa.
Yes.
Few.
Yes. How's Jana doing?
She just had a baby, so she's taking time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little time off. But she always returns. Yes. No one can take her.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sarah is dealing right now with her dog. She's okay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, how many people do we have? We have 128. Please leave a like if you have any questions for Sarah. Leave a super chat at the end. Oh, that's a little cloud.
We have a little mailman coming. That's why he's excited.
He's like, my biggest enemy and my best friend.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So Heidi inspired you, right?
Yes.
Right. Right now, you follow arm wrestling, so you know female arm wrestling. Who is female arm wrestler that you like? She's amazing. It's not supposed to be maybe the strongest, but just on the table, you're like, this is amazing. Whatever she's doing, it's like people should look up to it. Like, there's a right now in our world of arm wrestling, in men's arm wrestling, everyone likes Kirigali Ongabaya because of the things that he can do on table, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So who would be for you?
Okay, so like my favorite arm wrestler of all time would be Irina Makieva. And she retired a couple of years ago, but to me, she's flawless. I love her style. I love her hand control. I love that she never makes a facial expression. Like she's just a machine, like
Ivan Dragonetta.
It's unbelievable. And she's this lady too. Like she's like this Russian lady, so classy. She shows up in beautiful outfits, makes no facial expressions, and just beats everybody, right? Like she's cool. She's cool. Like I don't know what to say. Like then because I've felt Heidi's power. I admire that. It's just unreal to me, like a woman can develop that power, right? Like she's so strong. Like, because I arm wrestle with a lot of men, hundreds, maybe even thousands of men over the years, and that power that I felt from Gabby is like it's real. Like it's hard. So
okay. Right now, Barbora is the. Do you think she is the best right now?
I mean, yeah, and I think that the world agrees with that based on the score with the latest match. And she definitely have the frame and the time on, she's only 22. She has so much time to just like grow into herself. So yeah, maybe Barbora would be the best right now.
Because in world championships or European, she just runs to easy with ease, right? It's never even a match. If someone gets to a strap, it's like I think she just wanted the strap, right? How do you stop that? And do you think is there a potential to stop that with you, Gabby, or?
Yeah, I think maybe like if you can stop the match, maybe in straps, like if you're in straps and like just apply pressure before the start, and like just try to hold it before, instead of like trying to get a hit in. Mm-hmm. Maybe there can be some type of, friction, but yeah, again, I think the hand and the leverage. I've never met Barbora, but she's so tall, right? So like her arm is so.
I'm really small, but she's really tall. She's really tall. She's really big. Yeah. I think she has all the potential just on like she knows how to arm wrestle. She's very good arm wrestler, right? She's very strong, dedicated, loves the sport. The problem is for again, female arm wrestling is still we need more. We definitely need more, right? We need people to challenge left and right. Yeah. Because okay, now Levin is injured, but it might be in the same similar situation where everyone's fighting for number 2 spot, right? Yeah. And the king and the queen is just sitting there and just waiting, right? Yeah. And they get bored. Everyone gets bored, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think for you, like you've been in USA how many years? 10 years. Has there been a real, when you're in a good shape, do you think anyone can beat you?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's boring, right? It gets boring.
Yeah. No, I agree. And hopefully with my new mindset, hopefully that can inspire, I'm going to try to push for that, just challenge each other, win or lose. It doesn't matter, because I know for myself, when the pay-per-view is on a Saturday, King of the Table or East versus West, I love that day. I buy all the snacks, I buy the pay-per-view, and I make a day out of it. And I'm a fan, right? And I know that other people probably feel the same.
Yeah.
So if you can give that back into the sport, it's a contribution. So
yeah. It's me and Jans, we always say it's celebration of arm wrestling, right? Every event, we will have drinks, we arm wrestle, the whole experience, right? And if I'm watching at home, but I'm really excited to see you pull again on table. This card, like I said, it looks like it's the best card in history of our sport, just because even you and Egla, people don't understand the magnitude of that match. I'm really sad that Irina Glatkaya will not be facing Fia, right? But that would be amazing match as well. And I want to get your thoughts about, because you know North Americans and you know them very well. We have Kidrigali Ongabayo versus Todd Hutchings.
Yeah.
Does Uncle Todd has what it takes?
I think he do. Like, he always surprised me, right? Like, he's just mind-blowing, strong, never give up. But Ongarbayev is such a superstar too, right? Like, so the level, the quality of this match is like so awesome. I honestly can see it go like 3-2, you know, like it's gonna be like that.
To either guy, right?
Yeah. So
I think that's the magic of that match. I look at it and I'm like, I see how Todd can win, and I see how Ongarbayo can win this one, right?
Yeah.
I think it's an epic one. But John versus Sasha.
I think recently, I think Sasha is like more hungry than John, and I think mindset plays a big role. But I've never met Sasha. I just go based on like him producing so many amazing results year after year after year. So I'm going to go with Sasha. I hope, of course, that John wins because he's my friend and American, you know. But I just think Sasha got this one.
You said John and Sasha maybe not hungry. How hungry was John versus Voivoda, do you think?
Very hungry. Yeah.
Were you surprised with that match?
No. It's just hard, like, to come back after 19 years. I don't know how long of a prep Alexei had, but I know for myself, like, I took a couple years off a couple years ago, and it takes time, like, to wake your nervous system up, and the level always keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So yeah, I think John needed that win, you know, to settle things past and stuff.
I thought it was absolutely amazing. Like it's one of the biggest, because we all watched Pulling John, right? We all watched that movie. We all remember everything, right? And that moment was in everyone's brain forever. And now John just warped the reality. He's like, no, this at 59, this.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing, because I hope we see more Alexei and
definitely
right. Pulling John 3.
Yes.
Sign me up. Sign me up. Yeah. Well, Devon and Dennis.
Okay, so
were you in 2018 in Zloty Tour or 2019?
19. But I watched it live on the pay-per-view, whatever. But I was left.
That was left, yeah.
I don't know. I know Devon personally. I know how important this one is. I think we're gonna see a new version of Devon, and it's hard for me to speak on Dennis. I know how strong and good he is, but I think Devon will win based on his current shape and my lack of knowledge of Dennis' shape. So
yeah. Well, you just met Devon, right? A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right. You have seen him bigger, smaller, or this was
Yeah. I mean, I saw him when he went against Michael Todd 2 years ago, and he was almost 300 pounds, you know.
Right.
I doubt that he's gonna gain another 50 pounds in
no,
4 months.
He doesn't want to.
Yeah, exactly. It's not healthy. It's not good. I think Devon is in a good spot mentally, and I think he got this.
Everyone has their optimal weight where they're competing at. What do you think is yours?
So I think like, it's hard to say because I'm like 85 kilo right now, and I have to be 80 kilo for November 11. And I'm not looking forward to lose this weight. Like, I'm walking around now, and I'm a little chubby, like for my liking, but I feel good. Like, I feel strong, and I like not like caring so much about eating something unhealthy, you know. So I don't know, maybe it's about to change. I told Engin the other day that I don't need a weight limit anymore after this match. Like if he wants me to go against somebody heavier, like I'm not opposed to that. Like I'm game on, you know. So I don't know, 80, 85 kilo maybe.
Because everyone, like, you know, some like I was 90 and I didn't feel so good at 90. At 85, I feel like speed is there, reaction is there, right? The endurance is there. There's like for everyone that's there. And with Devon, he said it's in pounds 255 or 260, something like that. So because he was trying to be bigger, right? But he lost the things where he was really good at, which is weird, right? So I think you always play in your strengths. You always play in your strengths. There was a good super chat question. Sarah, why did you choose arm wrestling instead of modeling?
I don't know, like arm wrestling is cooler to me than modeling. Like I don't know, I'm an arm wrestling fan.
Sarah just hates money.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I chose arm wrestling. Yeah.
Hey, I heard you got back your page, right?
Oh, yes.
Because I knew someone took it. And I think sometimes I saw a post and I was like, I'm going to hit a like. I'm like, no.
Oh.
I'm like, no. And then I go to the comments and I click, someone's like, this is stolen page, get it back. And I like the comments there.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that was a big, because it's a big page, 2 million on Facebook, right?
Yeah, 2.4 right now.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Insane. You are the biggest female arm wrestler of all time by far, by a big margin. Yeah. And you will have opportunity to face one of your, in some case, idols, I think, right?
Hope so.
I'm so looking forward to that match. I'll see you in. I'll be there. I'll watch it, and yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's one of the great matches we can make, and I think for you, there's at least 5 more great matches to make.
Yes.
At least, right?
I love it. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah, for taking time and talking with me. Yeah, we really appreciate it. We had a few people, 150 watching it live. So I'll see you in Istanbul in about a month, right?
All right. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, stay strong. Love arm wrestling. Bye, guys.